Okay. Music's good. I like it. I'm taking off my jacket. Good evening, let me try that again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is DKL, and today I am burning up. I've been working on a lot of music-related things today, and I also need to do this with the door closed. So, yeah, this is gonna be great. I need to get a fan just right here. Right here would be just a perfect place for a fan right now, but I don't have one. So, I'm a sweaty boy today. I'm also late because of the music stuff that I've been working on. Also because my mother works from home and we have to share the computer. It's a big deal. But anywho's a woozer. What happened last time? I do not remember. Oh yeah. We went on a date with Sayori and Yuri. That was fun. Oh yeah, we're still on the date with Yuri, aren't we? Huh. I should really just shut up and get back into it. Hello. Do you like traveling? I guess. Hey, Yuri? Yes? This might sound a little out of the blue, but do you like traveling? She lets out a barely audible sigh before giving her answer. I sigh. I used to like it. She didn't give any further explanation. Is she trying to sound mysterious intentionally? So you don't like traveling anymore? I do, but I have some personal reasons for not liking it in general. Although, if given the opportunity to have suitable company and a destination that's to my liking, I wouldn't hesitate to embark on a new journey. Okay. Where would you like to go? Well, I didn't think about that, to be honest. You'd think you would. Personally, I'd love to visit Germany. Sounds fun. Also, I've been learning the language, so to experience the culture as well would be cool. I forgot to bring this down to my level. I'm not gonna worry about that. What the heck? Okay then. I wrote something on the back of that and I don't understand it. It probably happened like years ago. I feel like visiting memorable locations from my childhood would be nice. Even something as simple as visiting a place in our city I haven't seen in a long time could be interesting. Is that so? Exploring new territories could work as well if I feel like I was in the right. Her voice trails off at the end of her sentence and her lips curve into a modest smile. I can't tell for certain with these lighting conditions, but I think she's blushing. How about you? I guess I'm kind of with you with liking it and not at the same time. I love going to cool new places, but dislike all the hassle of getting there. Okay, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I know, we're supposed to enjoy the journey, but I haven't traveled a lot without my family there. There's a limit to the amount of dad jokes one can take. Yes. Can you tell me one? A dad joke? I know it's a silly request. Don't worry about it. I'm just surprised somebody voluntarily wants to listen to one. Give me a second, I'll think of one. I'm focusing in on the feeling of cringing in an attempt to find an example of fatherly humor. Here's one. Why did the chicken cross the road? Oh dear God. Why? To get to the other side. She gives me a meek smile, which is to be expected for a stupid joke. Like this one. Still, it's like her thoughts went off somewhere else yet again. I've heard this one so many times I couldn't count. What do they mean by the other side? The other side of the road. What else? Oh, it's just me then. What did you think it meant? I hope you don't think I'm weird for it. Don't worry, I'm sure it's nothing too bad. You see, the other side is a euphemism for the underworld, the realm of spirit. That's morbid. With that in mind, the chicken might have attempted to cross the highway in an attempt to end his earthly existence. Oh God, that's dark. Oh, I noticed in the previous one that the music was a little bit loud. So, there. Now you guys can hear me. Yay! I hope that's a good thing. I hope you guys like to hear me. Whoa. I never thought of it that way. I'm getting schooled even in jokes. What's next? She shyly grabs the controller and crushes me with a flawless victory. My pride can only take so many blows at a time. I best get my thoughts off this topic. Our table, like most of the others, has a small menu with all the drinks and meals listed. I look through it but find nothing particularly interesting. Did I say? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. This monitoring seriously has me thrown off. It's behind, but just enough. It's almost spot on to when I speak, but it's just behind enough for it to just completely throw me off. What did I expect? Scrambled Easter eggs? What? Any of you scramble your Easter eggs? What? I join Yuri in looking out the window. Sitting in silence together almost feels like an intimate exercise. It feels weird. Sounds weird. Reads weird. But in a good way. Outside, the storm subsided into a meager trickle, and rays of sunshine shoot through the newly formed gaps between the gray clouds. Oh, what's the time? Yuri lets out a quiet gasp as she looks at her phone. I'm sorry, but I have to go. I didn't inform my mother about going somewhere else after the library. It's not that late. Do you think she's already worried? She could be. Nonetheless, I'd like to thank you for this little adventure. It doesn't have to end here. Yuri looks at me like I said something wrong. I mean, I've got nothing better to do. I might as well walk you home. Walk me home? Yeah, you know, we could chat on the way. You're in a hurry, I'm not. It works out, see? Indeed. We leave the diner after returning our cups and jug. Since the rain is still trickling, we quickly make our way to the nearest bus stop and wait under the shelter roof. Hi, we are very close to your face. Like yesterday, we are lucky enough to find 2 seats available and we sit side by side. Oh, right. A conversation develops, although it's a bit one-sided. The next day, he wakes up and forgets everything that happened between him and his childhood friend. I don't get it. So it's like he has amnesia from the shock of seeing the girl die in such a gruesome way, not being able to save her. How come every time these people talk about story, it's the original game of DDLC? The events don't stop there. In fact, all his friends die in tragic ways as the days progress. Yeah. The reader is led to believe the one leading the characters is behind it all, but in the end, even she dies. I still don't get it. I mean, the whole appeal of such a story. I was rambling again, wasn't I? It's okay. No, I should pay more attention. I've been told that despite my valuable insights in literature, I can't force my passion upon others. So, if you ever feel overwhelmed by me, don't be afraid to just say stop. Like a safe word? Come again? What's a safe word? What's a word? What is safe? Quick, change the subject. So, what's your favorite food? That's quite this change in subject, Super Booper. That is what I was going for. Being stealthy about it didn't work, however. But since you asked, the one thing that comes to my mind are crepes. Oh, crepe? That's how it's pronounced, right? I don't know. I don't know food. Specifically one with peanut butter, and banana filling. Maybe I'm just fond of it because of some memories. What kind of memories? Oh, Super Booper, what's your favorite color? This one time I get the hint and let go of my question. Our conversation continues for a few minutes, then Yuri looks out the window and goes silent for a couple of seconds. Turning back, she stares intently into my eyes. We're here. I push the stop signal and we get off the bus shortly after. We go the rest of the way on foot. Slowly nearing the end of this little adventure in the sunset. Yuri's phone buzzes along the way. She reads the short text message and pushes it away with the same elegance shown in the way she walks. I believe this is it. I don't know how to pay you back for today. What? I paid for half of the tea. Oh, maybe this will do for now. Monica sent a text about a meeting at an ice cream shop tomorrow. I would like to invite you too. Maybe we could continue our adventure. I'm down for that. Splendid. Oh, she's so happy. Yuri explains the details of tomorrow's meeting and goes silent again. I guess it's time to say goodbye. She hesitates to speak, then leans in and gives me a kiss. Whoa! A kiss on the cheek? Nice job, dude. As she pulls away, I barely have enough time to see her face blushing bright red before she swiftly rushes through the entrance of her house. Thanks. Hospital? Yeah. I still remember that. That's one thing I did not forget. And it's Friday. It's Friday. Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. I wouldn't go as far to say I'm not looking forward to anything, but up until a week ago, most of the days seemed like a blur, and often I wasn't even sure what day of the week it is. I've had that, yeah. I don't know how much longer this will last, but I'm glad Sayori introduced me to her friends. I'm not invested enough in literature to join her club. My keyboard. But with all the new things that happened, who knows what else this summer will bring. There's definitely a kind of connection between me and Sayori. Could this be a sort of revival of our friendship? Or something more? Yuri and I had a great time together, despite the weather trying to get in the way. She was helpful, invested, and she even said we could continue our adventure. Now, I'm no rocket scientist, but these both sound pretty promising. However, However it goes, it will only go forward if I actually reach out and take the opportunity with my own hands. These hands right here. I will reach and grab that opportunity with these hands. After all, doing nothing didn't get me too far, I feel. These hands. I need to stop with these hands. I'm done. With that, I embark on my journey to the ice cream shop Yuri told me about yesterday. As I arrive, I recognize two of the girls chatting inside at a table. I'm telling you, they're literally retelling the same story over and over again. With each of them giving their own take on how things would happen, correct? You wish. Most of them are literally trying to force a happy ending onto a story that's meant to be unpredictable and sad. Hey, mind if I join in? Welcome back, Super Booper. I'm glad you could make it. Yeah, hi. So, where was I? Have you seen Sayori and Monica? Monica's bound to appear any moment. Says she's the least likely of all of us to disappear without a good reason. Super Booper, just look around you. You think Sayori would miss out on this? That's fair. A brand new ice cream shop and hanging out with her best friends? Well, that's awfully conceited of you. Guess you don't know her well enough. You should have seen her at the school festival. Now that she mentions it, I didn't see her at the festival all day. I doubt she was avoiding me. We probably just visited the stands at different times. What do you mean? We barely finished our performance. The first thing on her mind was, can we go to the cafe now? Now that I think of it, there was a sort of cafe in one of the classrooms. They served several drinks and snacks. The chocolate cake was delicious. I even bought an extra one to take home. As I recall all the stands in my mind, Natsuki keeps going on about their experiences at the festival. And I got a plushy tiger hat. I don't know why that's funny to me. A plushy tiger hat. I'm really giggly. That sounds really cute, Natsuki. Oh god, you just unleashed the beast. At this moment I knew I messed up. Yep. I'm not cute. Speaking of cute, Sayori arrives with her neon green bird plushie tucked under her left arm. If she was wearing her PJs, I'd swear she just fell out of bed. Her wide smile is radiating with joy, and she waves at us immediately after noticing us. She puts down Mr. Bird next to her as she takes her seat. Mr. Bird. Mr. Bird!
Hi, everybody!
Oh dear God, I have to do her voice. Seriously, you brought a plushie? Way to boost the atmosphere.
What do you mean?
Plushie, ice cream, you? Can we add anything to make it more kid-friendly?
Cupcakes with kitten faces.
Hey. Anyway, why are you late, Sayori? Do I need to have a talk with you about oversleeping again? Natsuki imitates cracking her knuckles, but in a playful manner.
Well, I was all set to leave home, then I accidentally...
She mutters something under her nose, but with a sneaky smile curving on her face. You accidentally what?
The whole thing!
Sayori, are you high? Sayori, could you clarify what it is you accidentally did?
Well, I was just holding it in my hand, then I...
Hello, and welcome to Stone Cold Steve's. What can I get you?
Ice cream!
I'm starting to think I was right. We look behind us and see the one greeting us is an all too familiar person. Oh god, it was Monica. Ha! You thought I was a waitress, but it was me, Monica. I thought this person was gonna be like this big guy. But, hi. Hi, Monica. Monica gets a chuckle out of Natsuki and Sayori, but the joke seems to have flown over Yuri's head. Hello, Monica. If you're the waitress, not getting a joke is one thing, but taking it seriously is on a whole new level. Oh, I do that all the time. Playfully. I'm actually pretty good about that. I like to play along with jokes. I have one request. Please, can you make Natsuki read a real book for once? Dang, she was hiding her power level. Shut up. Ugh, even your jokes sound like a quote from some novel. You don't like to read books, Natsuki? Of course I do. Well, a few. I just don't read them super seriously. Unlike some people here. Yuri only wants one thing, and it's freaking disgusting. I concur, Natsuki. As I just demonstrated, I'm fond of the occasional, how you say, banter. Whatever you say, Princess of Darkness. I actually like that. Huh? Nothing. Didn't you want to continue the topic from a minute ago? Oh, yeah.
What was the topic?
We were discussing the various aspects of stories written by hobbyists we read on the internet. Yep. You know I'm not crazy about good grammar, but there are some people really this bad at it. Some people can't help it, Natsuki. Like you never heard of proofreading. Monica looks away and slightly shrugs her shoulders. I wouldn't want to start an argument about grammar either. I haven't ever heard of proofreading. Regrettably, I have to agree. Publishing a work of such low quality tells me more about the writer herself or himself than the characters in the story. So, yeah, I could look past that. Then there's stuff that just doesn't make sense. A character says some sad stuff and she's grinning like a carved pumpkin lantern. Or when someone literally says, sigh. How hard is it to write, I sigh, she sighs, etc.? That is quite the amateur mistake. If I may add, I read horror iterations of that one specific story they make inordinate variations of, and apologies in advance, but there's a fine line between horror and a parody. Throwing in cheap scares just for the sake of it is even worse than not having them at all. It's like trying to build the atmosphere by haphazardly painting a room red halfway and filling it with an extremely strong, musty smell. The only way that is scary is if you prepaid for renovating that room. Yuri lets out a very stressed sigh. I'm sorry, I'm finished.
I don't get what you two are talking about.
Sigh. The three girls laugh at Yuri's remark. If jokes were airplanes, this place would be an airport. Come on, girls, it's not like any of us had a great deal of success when we tried crafting our first stories. Just remember when we started sharing poems.
I loved reading everyone's poem. I wish mine was good.
Sayori, you're doing it again. Monica shoots Sayori a knowing smile. It took her a couple of seconds to reciprocate, like waiting for a ball that's being passed to her. Even your first one was decent at the least. You talked about your poems in the club? Yes, we did. I even offered writing tips with each meeting. I actually wrote one myself.
What? Super Booper's own poem?
Would you mind sharing with us? That is, if it's not too much to ask for. I will pass. No, thank you.
Yes, please, I want to have a good laugh.
Rude.
Natsuki.
We won't laugh at it, I promise. Can you show it to us? I'm warning you now, it's pretty short.
A short and simple one can be just as good.
I agree. It's your technique that matters, not the length.
I'm just glad you're trying, Super Booper.
Can encouragement feel insulting? And why do I feel like we're not talking about my poem anymore? I put my hand in my jeans and pull it out. You just carry a poem around with you? Here it is. I first take it to Monica, then Sayori, then Yuri. Oh dear lord. What's so funny? Super Booper, is this the poem you wrote? I don't know how to break it to you.
Super Booper poems aren't just words we like. Is that what he wrote?
I'm never laughing in her voice again. I put my phone... Oh, okay, it was on his phone. Okay, we're good. I put my phone back in my pocket. They were probably just saying they don't mind if it's short just to get me to show it to them. Ice cream. Oranges. Lamp. Diamond. How was it? Just random words that popped into my head. That's enough, Natsuki. Let's not demonize Super Booper so quickly. He could be a misunderstood creative genius.
What's that, Yuri? Did he pick your favorite words?
Anyway, Monica doesn't have a face. Why don't we go and buy ice cream now?
Ice cream!
Sayori, please don't scream next to my ear.
Sorry, Yuri.
Sayori whispers with a playful expression on her face.
Ice cream!
We walk over to the display and browse a huge selection of ice cream flavors. Yuri glances over all of them, including the extras one can get, and talks so to the shopkeeper with a clear idea in her mind of what she desires. Natsuki and Monica are still browsing. Monica's conflicted between two variants of coffee-based flavors. Natsuki is eyeing the prices of the cheaper, more traditional flavors. Meanwhile, Sayori is like a kid in a candy shop and is saying her thoughts out loud about which one she had the longest time ago. She's debating with herself over if she should listen to her tummy or her mind. I have a feeling I know which one's winning. As I'm about to pay for my order, Monica saddles up behind me and then talks to me in a hushed voice. Oh, my reading skills are just going downhill. How about you get the tab for all of us, Super Booper? Good job, club president. Yeah, how about no? She lets out a chuckle. Not today, Monica. Does she think I won the lottery? That would fundamentally change things, not just be a convenient way to pay for sweets. After we all placed our orders, we sit down at our table. However, Monica doesn't seem to have any ice cream. On a diet, Monica? To the contrary, I'm having a cheat day. I'm not supposed to cheat, I know, but I think it's a bit of a guilt or pleasure wouldn't hurt any of us this time. To each your own. Everyone starts munching down on their own bowls of ice cream. Yuri and Natsuki carve small bits off, but at a noticeably different pace. Sayori is at it like she... What's wrong, Sayori? Brain freeze?
Brain freeze.
called it. Like she forgot it's not a good idea to rush it. Meanwhile, I'm just doing it super booper style. You know how it is, me. Even the ice cream tastes worse with a joke like that. Your order, miss. Thank you.
That's huge!
That's what everyone is intrigued by the icy masterpiece, and Monica gives us a detailed list of its contents. It's covered in almonds, chocolate syrup, caramel, 5 different flavors of ice cream, 2 of which are coffee-based, whipped cream, and of course the cherry on top. You cannot forget that cherry. As she finishes saying that, she takes the cherry with an elegant motion and pops it into her mouth. Certain thoughts pop into my mind at the same time. Natsuki and Sayori are already finished with their bowls when Monica isn't even the third of the way through. Natsuki, do you like any of these flavors? Yeah, why? Sharing is caring. Huh? Come on, grab a spoon, we can share it. I don't know if she realized that because I don't know if she's only saying that because she realized she ordered it too much, or she just wanted to surprise Natsuki. Yuri and Sayori start chatting while Monica and Natsuki dig into the big bowl of multicolored sweetness. Okay, everyone. Your hands off the screen. I'm full. Ha 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 ha. That's not really what I wanted to say, it just came out. So, would anyone like to play the acronym game again? Again?
Yes, it was so much fun on Monday.
How about you, Yuri? It was rather enjoyable last time we played, so I'll take part. I'm not that stoked about making guesses this time, but I'll help you out by announcing the acronym and keeping track of the score. Super Booper. Let's get started. Alright, I'm going for Sayori. Oh, Natsuki's not here. Adrenaline injection? Oh, no. Thank God it's Friday. What did I do? Pepcac. Problem exists between keyboard and chair. Very nice. Go buy Humbanga. Piece of water. Pardon? Piece of water? Oh god, either one of these could be Yuri. Yeah! I'm sure I got most Sayori there. The game concludes and Monica announces the winner. However, as I've been told many times, it's not about winning, it's about enjoying the game. That is how it goes. For one, Sayori enjoyed it a lot, no doubt about that. It's written all over her face. Not literally, though. Glad we clarified that. Just like on Monday, she was laughing throughout most of the game. It brings a smile to my face, as if her cheerful attitude was infectious or something.
I'm glad we got to play again!
Yuri's a lot more reserved than during the game. It's honestly hard to tell what's on her mind with her modest behavior.
Can I ask you something, Monica?
Of course you can, dear.
How'd you come up with this game?
Didn't expect that question. You see, we needed a game in which your choices can be awarded with a point in every round. This way, the player is bound to get at least some points. With these points, the player can have a multitude of outcomes, and none of them are losing.
They don't lose because they had fun playing.
Yeah, that's totally what I meant. Speaking of the acronym game, did you know TMI actually stands for too much information?
I knew that one. I think it's pretty funny, too.
I just bumped things. The four girls get into a conversation about literature. It is a literature club. I can't really complain about feeling excluded since Monica originally came up with this game for that purpose. Random thoughts start to cloud my mind as I space out for however long. I've already lost track of time when suddenly I hear the girls laughing about something. I decide to listen in with the hopes of being able to contribute a few meaningful comments. It's kind of like the story behind the story you're reading. Do you mean like the stuff people do behind the scenes? No, Super Booper. We were talking about how a well-crafted story tells you more than what can be seen on the surface. I'm way out of my depth here. Silence is golden is another saying that comes to my mind. Would you like to explain it, Yuri? Yuri? Oh, sorry. I was weighing my options on what I could read tomorrow. Would you mind repeating your question? It's okay. Would you like to explain what we mean by the story behind the story? With pleasure. It's the set of inter-chapter dynamics, rules of the world, e.g. magic, implied or stated messages of the author and possible events. What people call backstory is not the same, but rather a part of it. Creating such a story behind the story, in other words a meta-story, can be an encumbering task, but it gives guidelines for the author. By establishing the rules of the world, the reader can be led to have a set of expectations, which can be ultimately shattered as the world in question is revealed to be a far cry from what it appeared to be. Everybody's silent as we listen to Yuri. Not just us, though. Literally nobody else is talking in the shop. Sorry, I got a bit carried away there. Wonder when you're gonna drop this habit of rambling on? Of saying sorry all the time. Anyway, I have a sort of announcement to make. Really, it's more of an invitation. There's a nice pool place I visited with Sayori, and I wanted to invite you all there. Ooh, I'm available on Sunday. How does that sound?
Pool party! Woohoo!
I hate myself so much for picking that voice for her. Well, you know, if I can make it, I'll be there. I suppose it would be practical for getting the necessary dosage of vitamin D. Super Booper? Sorry for always asking you last. I can only promise two things. I'll be there, and I won't drown. Good enough for me. Alright, cool. Now, what do you say? Shall we take this meeting somewhere else? You can move on without me. Yuri said that with a somber expression on her face. Oh? Would you like to stay here some more? Not quite. I just realized I need to continue a story I left behind some time ago. This feels like the appropriate time. I hope you can understand. Yeah, I believe I do. It must be a good read if it's left such a deep mark on you. Good read indeed. Yuri stands up from the table and hastily says goodbye to us before leaving. She didn't even look at me. Oh no. Oh no, Yuri, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
About that.
Did you have something else in mind, Sayori?
Yeah, I wanted to go shopping for clothes.
If discussing literature is out of my comfort zone, then clothes shopping isn't even visible from within that zone. We could go with you, right, girls? Monica looks over to me, but I doubt it's because she needs my advice. She turns back to Sayori after a few seconds of what I assume to be thinking. Would it be okay if you went without us?
Well, I was hoping Super Booper could come with me.
I pray to whoever will listen, have mercy or let my sacrifice not be in vain. You didn't ask me about this, Sayori.
I'm asking you now. Will you come with me, Super Booper?
I inhaled deeply and let out a very long sigh. As we're leaving the shop, Sayori suddenly stops in her tracks and seems startled for some reason.
Yeah! It's snowing on my head!
What? At this time of year? On such a sunny day? In this part of the country? Localized entirely above your head?
Yes.
This is why I love Sayori. May I feel it?
No.
Sayori's like a renewable source of shenanigans. One could say she's an odd fellow. Well then, I'll see you two on Sunday. Don't forget to bring swimwear and sun lotion.
Bye, everyone!
We say our goodbyes and the two of us head to what I feel like will be a torture chamber. Back when I was a little kid, Mom used to take me with her quite often when she bought new clothes. I don't recall how many times I had to say, "It looks great, can we go now?" before she realized it's not worth taking me with her. As we arrive in the shop, I can already feel boredom starting to creep into my mind. Sayori's occasional glance, accompanied by her ever-bright smile, does help to keep the negative thoughts at bay. We're walking between racks of clothes, and she asks me every minute or so about a piece of clothing. Jeez. Some of them have patterns, some of them are just plain. I like plain. Although this one's pretty cool. I got it at my church camp. And yay, since I reversed the thing, you can read. I can read it. You can read it. It says no filter. No filter. I don't. No filter. No filter. Don't filter your story. Don't filter your personal story. Just tell it how it is. Unless it's gonna hurt somebody. Then a little filter's okay. Cool. Others are darker. I like dark clothes. Others are lighter. I like light clothes too. Padded shoulders. Cut shoulders. Long sleeves, sleeveless. Denim. Cotton. Tops. Skirts. Dresses. Jeans. We go to the next shop. Browsing. Trying on. Leaving. Next shop. Repeat. Browsing. Chatting. Trying on more clothes. Words fail to describe my boredom. It's that, or my brain just finally went numb after having one too many one-way conversations about the clothes she's showing me at that moment. If indecisiveness has a measurement, Sayori is a 10 out of 10 girl on that scale.
Yeah, I think I'll buy this one.
Wow, we're already done?
Yep. Time sure flies when you're having fun.
After what feels like an eternity in purgatory, Sayori finally buys a single white top. I feel the pain. I couldn't recall for the life of me which one it was, but at least she was satisfied with her choice.
Hey, Super Booper, how about we go somewhere else now?
Oh no. I don't know, I'm kind of tired. Can we just go on another day?
Please?
I'm really not feeling it right now, Sayori.
Pretty please?
Some other time.
Okay.
I'm relieved by the fact we're going home, however Sayori seems upset. She didn't even talk to me apart from a few words in response. I'd feel bad about it, but we can easily find another time to go out together. Summer grants plenty of opportunities for us. When we arrive in our street, she says bye to me in the same way she gave her single word answers with. I'm playing with my chair. Coming home, I expected to feel relaxed, but instead I have a bitter taste in my mouth. I wash it down with a fizzy drink and sit down at my computer to play some online games. That sounds like me. The feeling of achievement after a few victories lightens my mood and I feel at home again. Probably because I'm at home. After a few hours pass, when I think to myself, I should probably write Sayori. We could decide on a day for We could decide on a day for the activities she had in mind. She's not writing me back. I play for another hour, during which I was listening for her reply to come. I check again. She didn't even read it. I hope I didn't make her too upset. And fade to black. Hospital? Hospital. Saturday. The day of Sats. It's the day of Saturday. I really have no clue what today will bring. At least I can ask Sayori if she'd still like to go somewhere together. Hopefully she's not upset with me. With any luck, she's still got some of that eagerness I saw in her on Tuesday. I sent her a message at night saying, "I'm coming over in the morning, okay?" She replied during the night, but I was already asleep by then. It was a single word reply, but she's okay with it. Cool. Once I reach Sayori's house, I knock on the door before entering. Since she's had no issue with it on Tuesday, I enter the house without worry. Stepping inside, I call out to whoever's around. "Hello?" No response. It's as if the entire house was abandoned, especially with the door being unlocked. Like time has stopped. No noise. Where are her parents? Who are her parents? I mean, I don't even remember what their occupations were, because Sayori barely ever talked about them. Seriously, are they working even on Saturdays? Since Sayori isn't anyone on the first floor, she must be high up in her room. Hopefully she's not high. She's probably waiting for me, but I'm not going to let her jump me like last time. I went up to her bedroom door, being careful not to make any... Oh, dear Lord. Being careful not to make any noise with her steps. My steps. I brace myself before grabbing the door handle. I gently open the door. I stand to the side expecting her to come out or even just say something. I feel like I'm about to be taught a little lesson in trickery. Step into the room, it becomes glaringly obvious why she didn't respond to the door opening. She's just laying there, with her green bird plush between her arms. It's Mr. Bird! Her phone slapped across her face. What? No wonder she replied with, "Yeah." She probably went to sleep right after. I call out to her again in hopes of waking her up. "Sayori, wake the crap up!" Sayori? Trying again, a bit louder this time. She still doesn't wake up. Shouting at her would probably be excessive, so I go and sit down next to her bed to think of a better way. "Sayori, wake up, sleepyhead." There's no response. I'll try to take her plush. That ought to get her to respond.
Mine, no take.
She's holding on to it like there's no tomorrow. I can't just sit here until she decides to wake up. No, I want to read that. I want to read that. Though she is pretty cute, as she's audibly blowing out air every time she exhales. Okay. I touch the tip of her nose lightly. Boop! And again. Boop.
No boop. Sleep.
Yes, boop. Boop until you wake up. 'Cause I am the super booper.
Huh? I'm talking too fast and... Why did you wake me up?
Actually, I want to know what she said. I want to know.
Super Booper, how'd you get in? Why are you here? And why'd you wake me up?
Because I didn't want to sit here for hours while you're sleeping. I told you I'm coming over.
I guess.
She sits up in her bed and starts rubbing her eyes. While she's getting herself together, I look around her room. I haven't come over in a long time, have I? You came over on, like, what was it, Tuesday? She looks so weird without her bow.
I guess you're right. It has been a very long time. No much it's changed in his room.
Sayori's room is as messy as it's always been. I also recognize the same stuffed animals and wall decorations as she's had for years now. Tucked away in the corner, I can even see her yellow shirt with the big paw mark on it. She used to wear it way too often when we were younger. When I used to come over more often, it wasn't such a mess.
That's because you always ended up doing the cleaning.
There's a minute of silence between us.
So, what brings you here? I assume you didn't come over to tidy my room. Not that I would mind watching clean up.
Well, I've just felt a bit guilty about leaving you behind yesterday. If you still want to, we could go somewhere.
Oh, sorry, I just imagined you
Cleaning in a maid outfit. What? No! I roll my eyes at Sayori's mark.
Yep, I'd be into that. Wait, I mean going out.
So, where would you like to go?
I don't know.
Letting out a brief sigh, I sit next to Sayori. I have to think of some place to go. There's more silence between us. Sayori stares in a random direction. With a nice wall. I stand up, but she's still spaced out. Her expression is similar to when I saw her at the bus stop on Monday. Grabbing her green bird, I push it against her face to jolt her back to reality.
Mr. Bird wants a hug.
She grabs onto the plush and touches my fingers in the process.
What? An imposter! Attack!
Sayori's trying to tickle me, but it feels more like scratching or a very bad attempt at rapid fingertip tapping massage. Are you trying to tickle me?
I have no idea what I'm doing.
I relate to that too much in my day-to-day life. Do you want me to show you how to tickle properly?
Well, really put me in a trap, Super Boober. I kinda do.
Permission granted. The tickle monster is set loose. This is what happens when you get tickled.
Please, no, please.
Pausing the tickle torture, I let her get a breather.
Why'd you stop? No, that's very tickly.
She's blushing from all the laughing and I don't want to overdo it. Everything in moderation after all.
It's just my punishment, isn't it? I'm getting punished for being so selfish.
I can distinctly feel the sudden change from my smile to a confused expression on my face. What on earth are you saying?
Shellfish! I meant to say shellfish!
That doesn't make any sense. Is she calling herself that because she has guilty conscience? Can't imagine her doing anything worse than what I've already been told by the girls from her club.
So, Super Booper? Are we going somewhere? Or you got into the mood for cleaning, maybe?
We're going, yeah. I'll go grab something from my home and we'll meet in front of your house, okay?
Get ready for an adventure, Super Booper!
Oh, dear Lord. I waved goodbye to her, avoiding any further formalities. It's not like anything's gonna change in such a short time that would call for a special gesture. As I leave the house, the noise of my footsteps echo in the silent rooms. After leaving the silent building, I'm greeted by the sounds of nature and the caressing warmth of the summer sunshine. I'm filled with a gentle sense of optimism about things to come. Without wasting much time at home, I only spend a few hours in my room before coming out. Ugh, excuse me. Sayori is still not around when I get back to her house. I hope she didn't pick up the habit of spending ages trying to figure out what to wear. That would be unfortunate. Especially since this occasion isn't even that special. We're just going for a walk. Which reminds me, I don't know where we should go. My thoughts start racing at the possibilities. I have my wallet and some money that I could spend, but that just gives me more things to choose from, not less. My train of thought is derailed as the gate opens and an unexpected sight appears before me.
It's adventure time!
That's... Huh. Different. Not a bad different. It looks good on her. Good job, artist.
Are you spacing out again?
No, I was just...
You're not having second thoughts, are you?
Well, there are certain thoughts I'm having, but that's not the right way to describe them. No, it's just... I'm not really sure where we should go.
Super blooper dot. Life doesn't have to be that complicated, you know? Just pick a direction and take the first steps.
That's good advice for some things, but I don't know if this is that thing, because that's a good way to get lost.
If you change your mind on the way, that's okay.
No. That's really something I'd expect from Sayori. Words of wisdom, nonetheless. Looking away for a few seconds, taking in everything she just said, I looked her straight in the eyes with a smile on my face. Let's go then.
Adventure time!
Our adventure begins in the most boring way possible. Imaginable. Walking on the same path I take to school almost every day. I wanted to go somewhere different. I want things to be different. We approach one of the streets I always pass by on my way to school. Oddly enough, I don't remember what's at the end of this road, even though it's so close to home. Unlike yesterday, she is very receptive to my suggestion of changing course, like it didn't even matter where we'll end up. She'll follow me gleefully. On our way, we see a shop selling all kind of baked goods, and I know without checking, Sayori's gaze is locked on it. In fact, she stops and starts window shopping like a kid in front of a toy store. Let me guess. You're hungry?
How'd you know?
Because I literally woke you up an hour ago and know that you didn't have time for breakfast.
I would say it's some SpaghettiOs in my pocket right now.
What? I paused for a moment, waiting for her to give an explanation. That does not sound like a good idea, no.
I know that. I just wanted to say something funny.
Sayori, you can't just say things out of context and expect it to be funny. Okay, bye.
Objection!
Not gonna lie, that one made me smile. Come on, let's get breakfast. We go inside and browse the selection.
So, Detective Super Booper, if you're so smart, can you guess what I want to eat?
Since you loved us so much when we were kids, a cinnamon bun.
Seriously, it's telepathy!
Telepathy? Wait, what did she say? Telephony. Telephony.
What's the difference?
The one I said is an actual word?
You're like that little junk collecting robot's grumpy cousin.
Wally's cousin? What? What's that?
A meanie.
Okay. I put my hands on my hips and give Sayori a playful smile. Oh, you. After getting her food, she immediately munches down on her cinnamon-covered pastries. I decide to hold on to mine for later. After all, it's just a matter of time until her tummy starts joining in on the conversation. I don't recognize the house. My back is itching. Oh, because it was so sweaty when I started this, and now it's drying. But this whole situation feels vaguely familiar. We've been walking down the road for some time now. This could be the longest street in our city. I'm not really one who walks around for no reason. So, it's not surprising how little I've seen of this place so far. Even Sayori asked if I knew where we are when we arrived at what almost looks like a cul-de-sac. However, there's a little forest path in front of us, offering us an option to continue our trek off-road. Ooh, that sounds nice.
Have you been here, Super Pooper?
Give me a moment, I need to check something. Just as I suspected, there are markers next to the dirt path. People often come hiking around here, which explains why there's such a big opening in the woods. Suddenly, I realized where that sense of familiarity came from. An adventure. If an adventure is what you are looking for, you've come to the right place. Come, follow me.
But do you know where we're going?
Trust me, I know.
Okay, I trust you.
Let's go! As we're walking down the path, I begin to recall my memories of this area. A couple minutes passed since we last spoke, so I decided to break the silence by throwing back her own question at her. Have you been here before, Sayori?
No. And I don't know where this road will take us.
Letting go of the opportunity to correct her on calling the path a road, I start telling her about my childhood memories where she wasn't present. Admittedly, those were the exception. When I was a little boy, my parents took me on hiking trips around here. I was a bit stubborn before we left the house, but once we were in the forest, it was kind of exciting. My dad always told me about all the animals that lived in the woods, and occasionally pointed them out to me. Sometimes I was fast enough to see them. Usually I wasn't, though.
Did you pet any of them?
I wanted to, but wild animals are too afraid of us to even come in arm's reach. Really, it's more the little stories that stuck with me than the few things I saw.
What did you see?
Trees, mostly.
No, silly, I mean animals.
Well, there was this one time, as I begin to tell Sayori about the things I saw and heard in the forest, I see her usual juvenile expression turned into something I can only describe as childlike wonder. Okay, this music's getting really loud, and it's drowning me out, but I want to keep it. That's good. Not childlike in a bad way, just innocent. With her listening to me in silence and slowly walking by my side with careful footsteps, I get a strange feeling. Is this what it felt like for Dad to guide me when I was little? But enough about my stories. Why don't you tell me one you have with your parents?
Huh? A story?
You know, like some trip you went on together.
Well, let me think.
She's deep in thought for a minute or so before speaking up again.
I remember the last big trip. We went to visit some relatives in another city. There was this big bouncy castle, and I played in it with one of the kids from that part of the family.
Playing at a bouncy castle? How old was she when this took place? Honestly, it could be from any time from when she was born to now.
She was really mean and pushed me down the slide, threw sand at me on the playground, stuff like that. After that, we had a big family meal. We had hamburgers, potato chips, and a sticky dessert, which I didn't even like. Then we came home. It wasn't that bad, I guess.
How old were you?
12.
That was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Is that really the last trip you went on with your parents?
Yeah.
Why didn't you go anywhere since?
Yeah.
That's not a yes or no question.
Work, I guess?
I always get the impression her parents were very busy people, but do they work so much as to have little to no time left for Sayori? Dad loves his job, but he occasionally has a day or two off, and we all go do stuff together. Isn't this what parents are supposed to do? Well, you still do other family stuff without traveling, right? Right?
I just realized something. Super Booper, did you know cereal is actually a cold syrup? A cold soup?
Nope. I thought it was salad with milk as dressing. She's obviously avoiding the topic. I'll try to talk to her about it later. The path becomes increasingly steeper as we near one of the hills. I don't remember what the view's like, but that could be because I was so much shorter as a kid. Look at me now in comparison. Sayori becomes excited about yet another simple thing as she spots the top of the hill not far from here.
Last place is a dummy.
She gets ahead of me and starts jogging up the hill. As she gets ahead of me, I notice something about her. Maybe I just didn't notice before, or maybe it's that their shorts are a very good fit for her. I started to run too, but right when I was about to catch up to her, she stumbles and trips over. She slides on the rough dirt for a second. I immediately go to check up on her and extend a helping hand. Sayori, are you okay? Did you hurt yourself?
I hurt my knee.
Let me see. One of the drawbacks of shorts. No protection for your legs. Luckily, she barely scraped it, so it probably won't even hurt by tomorrow. Maybe I can lighten the mood with a little joke? Nah. About the bleeding, Sayori?
What? I'm not bleeding now?
I thought I already knew that.
Huh? Oh, sorry.
It's okay, Sayori. Come on, grab my hand. She holds onto my hand with a gentle grip as I pull her up. Her eyes are locked onto mine for a few seconds before looking away.
Thanks.
So, why don't we check out the view from the hilltops?
Yay, let's go!
As we get to the top, I take a look at our surroundings. At the hundreds, even thousands of trees and a distant mountain range, another city lies beyond the forest. That is all there is to it. It's really nothing that strikes awe into most people. However, Sayori, being herself, really loves it and looks over it like it was a gift she just received.
This is so pretty, Super Booper!
You like the view?
I love it! Can we stay here for a while?
Of course we can. We take a seat next to a big tree that's almost at the top of the hill. I don't know what time it is, but at this point, I feel like it doesn't matter anymore. For a few minutes, we take in the view. Really, it's mostly Sayori's enjoying it. I kind of find it boring after a while. A few more minutes pass, or at least it feels like it. I decide to break the silence. Ring, ring. She didn't get it the first time, so I try again. Ring, ring.
Moshi Moshi Sayori Tetsu.
Pardon? Is your refrigerator running?
No, it's not leg day. Bye bye. Click.
Nice one. It's barely time for silence to set in before Sayori's stomach growled. It hasn't been more than a few hours since we ate. Didn't she have dinner yesterday?
Super Booper.
The next line's going to be, I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
Called it. So, what should we do?
I know you didn't eat your food yet, so I was thinking maybe we could share it?
I bought you food after you slept through half the day and you still want mine? Jeez.
Yeah.
Fine, whatever. Since we're in no hurry, I take my time eating the sizable cinnamon bun. Even Sayori's munching at a more modest pace than usual. With all our food gone, I make a mental note that we should start walking home before we get hungry again. The path leading to our city isn't too long, but the road we came down is the opposite. It would take us an hour or so to get home from here. Still, I brush off my worries about time and instead focus on our time together. What would have you done if I just said, I don't want to share?
You're not like that. I know you, Super Booper.
People can change. Glad to see you're as cheerful as ever, but it worries me how you're still a bit of a klutz.
Meanie.
There's a big world waiting for you after high school, and that is much meaner than me. I mean, it's great to spend time with you after so long, but it's like you didn't change much since we were kids. I'll have to take my life more seriously sooner or later.
Super Booper? Why can't it be like it's always been? Like when we used to hang out all the time, you know?
Because we're adults now, Sayori? That means acting responsible and all kinds of other stuff we didn't get as kids. Heck, we are old enough to vote on how important things go that I still don't understand. We have to move on, otherwise life will leave us behind.
I'm trying.
I'm expecting her to continue her sentence, but she just stays silent with her lips curled into a frown. Go on.
I'm trying to love, it's hard.
I know it's hard, but you don't have to go alone if that helps. We can be friends again. Take this challenge head on together.
You really mean that?
I do.
I'll have to thank Monica again.
How so?
She pushed me to speak to you on Sunday. I kind of talked a lot about you, and she recognized you when we walked by the bus stop.
I'm glad she did. So, do you have any plans for when you finish high school?
Kinda. Why don't you tell me about yours first?
It's nothing grand since I only started to care about this a few months ago. My dad works as an electrician, so I was thinking... Time seemed like it flew by as I was telling Sayori about my plans for the future and how I came to the realization of how slowly I'm becoming an adult with responsibilities. The sun is approaching the horizon gradually at the pace of a creeping crawl. Her eyes tell me she's genuinely interested when I talk about my future, but looks away when I tell more stories about me and my dad. You've been really silent for some time now, Sayori.
I just like listening to you.
Okay, it's your turn now. Tell me, what you have in mind for your future.
It's not very specific.
I'm listening.
Well, I talked with Monica, and she said I should consider becoming a teacher.
I don't know what that was.
I did that a couple times back when Miss Kasumi used to teach us. But I really like kids. And a lot of summer break sounds awesome too.
Already planning on lazing about on the job?
Huh? No? Well, maybe a little.
I guess it's a better alternative to working all the time. That reminds me, how come your parents are working so much?
I don't know. Let's Super Booper, the sun is setting.
Yep. I see it. It's not like I would be able to see it while listening to her answer.
We can get a great view from here.
Right. So, about your parents.
Can we watch the sunset, please?
I mean, you don't have to look away.
Please. Just the sunset.
Pardon me for a second. Sorry about that, my father came in. Let's just finish this and then I can end this episode and then go to sleep because it's 11:08. I've been having so many late nights. Okay, I give in for now, seeing as the subject is uncomfortable for her. Unfortunately, what this brings to mind only makes me more concerned, not less. As the sun is setting, I try to recall when I last watched like this. Not being a sentimental guy, I haven't cared to take the time and just watch the sky become enveloped by the night. Looking at it now, I appreciate how beautiful this increasingly orange-tinted ball of fire is. It's still pretty boring, though. Ooh, this is pretty. So, Sayori.
Look, I can see the stars. Do you think we'll see a shooting star?
I don't know. It's still a bit early to see a lot of stuff up there.
I wish I could see a shooting star so I can make a wish.
It's not how it works. It's not how any of this works. You're not supposed to say your wish out loud.
I should keep my wishes to myself?
If you wish upon a shooting star, yeah.
What if I don't?
In that case, wish away, Sayori.
I wish the rain clouds would go away forever.
There's a moment of silence between us as I try to get my head around something that's definitely more than what it seems like on the surface. Whoa. Her eyes are kind of strange. Feeling under the weather?
I have crippling depression.
She says that in a funny... Okay, so she was quoting the meme. She says that in a funny voice, but that's probably the worst timing for that reference. Heh, I get the reference. No, seriously, what's wrong?
I'm not joking this time, Super Booper.
Never mind. Did something happen that made you sad? You can tell me anything, really. I've only seen hints of something being wrong, but I brushed it off because I didn't want to be intrusive. Her cheerful mood seems to have vanished now like a file that being deleted on a computer. That's a strange simile. That's a stupid way of putting it.
It's not that bad, actually. It will go away. No need to get yourself hung up about it.
I'm no mind reader, but the smile she gives me is clearly a forced one. Too late for that. I'm only becoming more worried. Your parents aren't anywhere to be seen. They never take you to places. Now you say you're depressed.
I'm sorry for making worried.
Look, I don't know what's been happening with you in the past half year or so, and now I feel like I know even less than on Sunday. So, please, tell me what's going on here.
You really want to get involved?
I do.
Okay. Don't say I didn't warn you. Remember how we spent so much time together when we were kids? Do you ever wonder why I went over your house so often? Did your mom and dad tell you?
I never asked. I was just happy to have you over.
My parents asked your parents a lot to let me stay over while they went about it with your work. Sure, they sometimes took me with them, but it was awfully boring for me, so they just gave up trying. I had other friends as well in elementary school, but only your parents seemed to accept me every time you were home. Then, as I got bigger, they didn't see any reason to not just leave me home alone. You still come over sometimes, which made me really happy. It still does. I didn't want to tell you this because I was afraid of becoming a burden to you as well. Just like I am to my parents.
No, Sayori, you were never a burden to me. I don't know what the future will bring, but I'll be here for you, and I'll help in any way I can. I don't know what I can do, but I can promise I won't give up on you.
I'm just glad you're here again. After all this time, you came back.
Her eyes well up and her tears begin softly sparkling in the dim moonlight. I take her into my embrace, hoping this is the correct first step in helping her. She's sobbing next to my ears, and her tears are flowing onto my shoulder like tiny droplets of rain. For a minute, I'm speechless, not wanting to interrupt her and letting it all out. Who knows how long she's been holding it in. She lets me go, and she shows a meager smile while brushing her hair off her face.
I give your shoulder a 10 out of 10. Would cry on it again.
Okay. That sounds like a biased review.
I guess I'm biased towards you.
What's this weird fuzzy feeling I'm having? I knew we should have left before I got hungry again. You're not hungry. It's getting late. We should really go home.
Get you hungry, Super Booper?
How'd you guess?
'Cause I'm starving.
I think she's just trying to make light of the situation, seeing that we never really talked about anything like this. Is this why she was acting so immaturely, to brush off those bitter feelings? Maybe, but I feel like I should let her tell me everything at her own pace. I like the path with my smartphone and consequently feel grateful for this tiny gadget because for once it's showing me the way instead of stealing my attention. On the way home, Sayori went into more detail about her depression. Contrary to how I imagined it, it's not constant sadness. Nope. It's more like a little voice in the back of her mind telling her awful things from time to time. Thoughts often made it hard for her to just get out of bed. She let me in on another secret as well. Depression prevents her from eating regularly. Being around her friends helps her relax enough to get her appetite back, but it comes back much stronger. This on and off eating is really unhealthy, but her depression always convinced her not to care about it, or anything concerning her general well-being for that matter. After this revelation, I feel even worse about teasing her from thinking of her tummy so often. We luckily found a bus on our way home that took us closer to our street. As the vehicle took its turn, Sayori became ever more cheerful again. We only spent about 10 or so minutes on the bus, but an older, purple-haired woman was eyeing us all the way. I didn't recognize her, and my attention was kept by Sayori anyway. It was only a few minutes' walk from the bus stop to our street. Then she said,
"You brought a boy? They ruined the atmosphere."
"Yo, Sayori. Do you know this one? You're so freaking precious when you smile."
I know that song.
I don't. I mean it. The night is dark and light is sparse, but not even that can hide Sayori's bright red blushing face. Not even nervous laughter comes out of her after hearing that. We arrive at her house and I'm slightly torn after all that's happened today. It feels almost wrong to just say goodbye now, but I don't know what more to tell her. Maybe this.
Thanks so much for today, Super Booper. It's been more to me than you probably think.
Before you go, Sayori, what was it again that you wished for?
The rain clouds to go away forever?
I'm not the one who has all the answers, nor do I have the solution for your problem. Until you get better, does this help? I open my arms as an invitation for her to give me a hug. She takes me up on it. And it's Sunday, and that is also going to be the end of this one. Oh, this was a long video. No, shush, no, shush. Save. Hello? Gosh darn it. Okay, well. Hi. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe would be pretty nice. With that said, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye! Oh wait, no. I need to do a Sayori's voice because I didn't do it last time.